You can't keep doing it, going up, but it's funny. This cool. It was funny at first. Now it's affecting business.
Yeah, everybody's
right.
business.
So everybody's looking at you now like you affect a business. You are a cancer to the business, not to the team. We know you can hoop. We know you can play, but you are you are a cancer.
You don't.
You
want
are
that
becoming
on your
a
name.
cancer.
You don't want that on your name.
To the organization. Now the organization looks embarrassed. Forget the team. The organization is starting to feel embarrassed. The organization is starting to feel backs against the wall because your next move
got to be your best.
Maybe your best and your last move.
Carmelo Anthony goes off on Jimmy Butler. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
The Jimmy Butler Miami situation is it's getting
heated.
It's getting heated. The Heat are suspending Jimmy for a third time. You know what I mean? But this one is indefinite. It ain't 7 days. It ain't 3 days. It's like, yo, get the fuck out of here until we decide what we do with you.
Don't come back.
You know what I mean? Jimmy walked out of practice after being informed he would no longer be a starter. He responded to suspension by posting a montage of Tommy. He ain't got no job from the TV show Martin.
Come on, Jimmy.
I think a lot of it is funny. I think a lot of it is funny, but I think it's just it's just bad for the youngins to see. It's bad for the NBA. We don't need this type of attention.
Right. So the question is, get her out of here.
F out of here, Jimmy. Don't come back. As a Heat fan since the 90s, Heat versus Knicks, my era, to see where the game has come to where players can be petty, players can be divas and intentionally do things to be suspended and force your way out. I guess it was karma for the Heat fans. He did it in Minnesota, went to Philly, and then eventually the whole Philly thing didn't work out. And that's how he ended up in Miami. Can't take nothing away from Jimmy. Great basketball player. But this whole diva stuff that he be on, if Pat Riley tell him, just shut up, bro. We don't want to hear it from you. Even if you were playing in the Celtics series, we still probably would have lost that anyways. But don't do the what ifs and the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. If I was on the court, things would have been different. That's cool, but keep it to yourself, bro. You know we don't get down like that over here. But he continued to run his mouth, and we told you to shut your mouth, and now you have an attitude about it. We weren't going to pay you that extension that you wanted. You're 35 years old, still a solid player. Can't take anything away from Jimmy again, but when he starts acting like this, as a Heat fan, you got to go, bro. Hopefully the Heat can make a solid trade and get some real assets on the team and make some plays in the playoffs.
Should any NBA team take a chance on Jimmy Butler given his latest antics? Or is it like, yo, if you in the front office, Dwight, and Jimmy Butler becomes available, are you making a move to get him on your roster? Or are you like, man, get this dude out of here, man. He spends more money on bundles than on training.
I think he's a great player. I have nothing bad to say about him, but I probably wouldn't. Not at this point. It's just too much. He's a great player. I think he's also, he's had some situations. I don't know anything personally about him, so I can't speak on that. But from the stuff that I'm seeing and what's going on, I probably as a GM wouldn't sign him unless we had a conversation.
Right.
And it's like, yo, are you serious about winning right now? What's your goal? Is it winning? Is it money? Like, is it you being the star?
Right.
Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Because, I'm trying to take this team to the promised land, and I need a true leader. If you're going to be that leader for my team, this is what it's going to look like. So I don't know. I'm not with Jimmy doing what he's doing either, making a mockery of, himself and also the team, and jokes and stuff like that. At the end of the day, these people do employ him, so
paid money,
you gotta,
a lot of money.
Gotta have some respect for them on that end. They are paying you 50 M's. Like, damn, give me 2.
Yeah, for real. Get Dwight Howard a couple million. A lot of NBA teams could use a solid center like him. But going back to Jimmy Butler and just the whole vibe and energy he's putting out there, he knows and his agent knows there's going to be at least 3 to 5 teams that'll pay Jimmy Butler, that'll deal with Jimmy Butler. So he can do these antics knowing that there's a couple NBA teams in his back pocket like, look, go ahead, force your way out, do what you got to do. We'll give you that extension. We'll pay you your money. Whatever you need, we got you. Just get out of Miami as soon as possible. There's rumors of the Phoenix Suns. He was wearing the colorways on his shoes. The Mavericks, they may be in play. I've been hearing teams like the Pelicans, Grizzlies, even though he has his eyes set on the Suns. There are a few teams out there that will put up with Jimmy Butler's BS, but a lot of people, they ain't rocking with Jimmy right now. If they own the team, they wouldn't even want to sign Jimmy. But regardless, there are going to be some teams that will rock with Jimmy Butler, regardless of what's going on in Miami.
You know, they pay him 50
and
M's.
I think the big reason why he's doing this is because he wants another contract after
But
this,
I don't think this is the right way to get another contract.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like this is a way to say, well, we're not going to give this person this much money. As good as he is, well, who's going to invest if they know that this could possibly end up in that same type of situation at the end of that contract? Is he going to do the same thing that he did with this, team? And this
Most
has been
likely.
Minnesota.
I was about to say, this ain't the first time he's had
Chicago,
a crash out with a team.
Miami.
You know what I mean?
And I like Jimmy, and I just want the best result for both parties. I know Pat Riley is more old school, so he's going to command his team the way he see fit, and as he should. This is his organization, So,
But do you think he's worth it as far as like
I can't
him
get,
putting the team over the top? You know
I
what I
can't
mean?
say that. I can't get into it.
Because that's the thing too. It's like y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I think he could possibly put a team over the top, but it depends on which team. Maybe the Phoenix Suns. You got Durant and Booker there. Got a little solid group building up. Coach Bud, he seems like a legit coach, a champion. He knows what he's doing, but he needs the right player personnel in order to execute the game plan. Of course, you swap out Beal and add Jimmy Butler. You got a three-headed monster in Phoenix that, can do some things in the Western Conference. It all depends on which team. Now, if he goes to the Pelicans for Brandon Ingram, they're washed out this season. Nothing's going to happen this season with the Pelicans. Even if you get Jimmy Butler there, they've lost too many games. They're pretty much out the playoff race. So, yeah, the Phoenix Suns, maybe the Mavericks, the Lakers possibly. Those teams where you got like two superstar, all-star players, Jimmy Butler can make a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean,
you go to because like also
no
is it a
NBA team should take a chance on Jimmy Butler giving his last antics.
You know what I'm saying?
A team better take a chance on Jimmy Butler.
So, okay, so you saying yes, you saying no. Is it a combination of just the antics or is it, he ain't 24?
No,
he's on the wrong side of 30.
It's the right situation
35.
that Jimmy has to go to.
But what team is that?
The Lakers?
No.
Phoenix?
No.
Houston.
No.
Houston look pretty good
For
without him.
sure.
I like Amen Thompson.
Houston?
I ain't giving him
They
up.
already got a squad.
Nah, Houston could use
Milwaukee?
Jimmy Butler.
Milwaukee might be the best fit, low key.
Sometimes it's just good to stay where you at, man.
I'm just saying, if we talking
I
about
don't
him
think Pat's
going
playing that
somewhere,
shit.
like
Yeah.
if you talking about wanting to win, or at least try to win, Houston would be that spot.
Okay. I could see
Because
that being
they
one
got
team.
they got a younger team. They got a couple vets on the team already. They play your style of game. They play fast. They play hard. They physical.
Bully
they got a
ball
dope
type
coach in
mentality.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right? They got a different type of culture over there in Houston as opposed to before. Right?
Okay.
And Ime ain't gonna let you do all that nut ass shit, right?
Nah,
I just think
not
personally it comes down to, and there's nobody, we go back to nobody being on the team to have this conversation, which is why UD need to be down there. So we talk about opening them two spots for vets on the team.
Yeah.
This is the reason why, even though Jimmy's a vet, you gotta have a
somebody
real
with older
conversation
vet,
with Jimmy.
yeah.
Are you in or are you out?
Yeah, real talk. You got even another team like the Warriors. We know how Draymond Green is when it comes to winning. Say what you want to say about Draymond. He may have a loose screw or two, but he gonna check Jimmy. And you got Ime Udoka in Houston. He gonna check Jimmy as well. He know that he can't come there and BS around. As soon as there's a sign of Jimmy Butler being lackadaisical and just not where he needs to be mentally, he'll be checked with those organizations. So I can see Houston maybe, but they have a young core. Do you really want to mess up that camaraderie, adding a Jimmy Butler to where, who knows, he may not get the ball a lot the first few games and he may start pouting and may leave, who knows? So there are some teams, again, 3 to 5 teams to where they'll put up with Jimmy Butler's BS, but it has to be a conversation. He can't just walk up in there and be like, I'm the boss of the team. Nah, bro, you got to play your role. There's levels to it. Regardless of your decorated career and what you did in Miami, that don't mean nothing when you go to a new team.
Let me know.
It got to be somebody you respect.
Let me know so I'm gonna work this with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't keep doing it, going up. But it's funny. This cool. It was funny at first. Now it's affecting business.
Yeah, everybody's
right.
business.
So everybody's looking at you now like you affect a business. You are a cancer to the business, not to the team. We know you can hoop. We know you can play, but you are you are a cancer.
You
are
that
becoming
on your
a
name.
cancer.
You don't want that on your name.
To the organization. Now the organization looks embarrassed. Forget the team. The organization is starting to feel embarrassed. The organization is starting to feel backs against the wall. The organization is starting to get the call from Mickey Harrison is saying, yo, what the are we going to do with this? Because now my circle is talking about this. Now it's different levels of conversations trickling down, Jimmy. So because of that, you have to figure out a way. Either you in with us or you out. And if you out, go to Pat, have a conversation with Pat. They suspending you indefinitely because that's the most minor way of handling this.
Right.
That's the only thing that he can do right now. They're backed into a corner. They can't just trade him to where he wants to go or just for anything, just to make him happy. He lost that privilege. If he wasn't pouting, acting like a diva and doing the most, and he went to Pat Riley behind the scenes, maybe put pressure on him behind the scenes. Maybe they had that conversation and it didn't go well. And we seen Pat Riley saying, you know, we're not trading you. And things started to ramp up with Jimmy. So people were saying, well, Pat Riley shouldn't have spoken out. But, you know, if you got a player acting like that, who cares at this point? You want to battle? We gonna battle. You want to be petty? Let's be petty. You missed a flight, 2 games. You wearing different colorways and saying things in the media. All right, now you're suspended indefinitely. We try to work with you, but you're crying too much, Jimmy. So again, he is making the business look bad, making the organization look bad. And then you got a lot of young players that are doing great in the NBA right now. When it comes time to where they may not want to be on their individual teams, they're gonna follow the Jimmy Butler blueprint. Let me pout. Let me wear different team colors, the teams that I want to go to. Let me talk junk in the media. Let me act like my credit card's declining. Let me put up these memes that I ain't got no job. Players are looking at that, especially a lot of the young, great players in the NBA.
Right. So we're going to say we're going to suspend you for a game or he's not going to start. That is just the slow death right there.
Yeah.
Right? Then it goes to, oh, he's not going to start. Okay, now he walks out of practice.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You already don't feel like you're a part of what's going on anyway. So you know what? All of this in his mind, he really feel like that picture that he posted. He ain't got no job. You know how crazy it is to feel like you ain't got no, you not with nobody and you whip somebody? That's very difficult. So my advice to Jimmy, let's have a way you got to sever this. Your money is your money. You'll get your money is your money. It ain't about the money.
All right, but
it ain't about the money. This is about now with Jimmy figuring out what you're going to do. Because your next move
got to be your best
may be your best and your last move. So Jimmy, man, chill out. You know, just be Tommy, man. Have your blank ID. Have your ID with nothing on there. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. But until this happens, because they're going to Marbury you.
Yeah, just
they're going to Marbury you. They're going to tell you know what? Don't even come around no more. Don't even until we figure out what's next, don't even come around.
Just chill out.
And when they do that, there's no other team you're going to.
Yeah, it's going to be a wrap after that. If he gets the Carmelo Anthony treatment, the Marbury treatment, like, all right, you did this in your prime. It was cool and funny just because we were able to get you in a trade because you pouted. But it don't work no more when you're toward the tail end of your career. His next deal is his last deal. His next team may be his last team. So hopefully he balls out and who knows, change the whole perception. But there's always going to be things in the back of these owners' minds, these GMs' mind, like if we take the wrong step or we had to walk on eggshells when we're around Jimmy Butler because he may go in diva mode, talk junk in the media and request a trade, demand a trade. So I hear what Carmelo Anthony's saying. Real talk. Salute to you, bro, because Jimmy Butler, I hope he watched this clip. Hopefully he's on the Carmelo Anthony's podcast one day and have a conversation, but hopefully he watches this clip of Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard and the crew, really letting him know like, look, bro, your next move could be your last move. So get it together, Jimmy Butler. But as a Heat fan, hey, it's time for you to go, bro.